Wow, woo-hoo-hoo, it is a hot one today. Plus, it's like loud. Everyone's doing work. So yeah, I don't know what to film. Oh, you know what? It's freaking Wednesday, which means it's Drip Check Wednesday. And now, yes, I know we haven't done drip check in a while, but I'm bringing it back starting now. So today we are drip checking the Canon R5C. Okay, now that we got our coffee, now we can get into today's episode of Drip Check. And Drip Check is just basically another way for me to check some drip and go over some things that I did not have time to go over in the vlog. Because believe it or not, pimpin', but yeah, I be leaving stuff out. I be cutting all the fat out of these vlogs. And today's Drip Check is all about the Canon R5C, because there is a bunch that I left out in yesterday's vlog. And now, a couple of things to note is that I am a Sony guy. Now, I have had a Canon. I've actually had two Canons. Those are my first two cameras, were the Canon XH-A1 as well as the Canon 70D. And both cameras were legit, and I liked them a lot, no doubt about it. So when they announced the Sony A7S III as well as the Canon R5, I went for the Canon R5 first, but was quickly turned off when I could not edit the footage. That alone was a deal breaker for me. But yeah, pimpin', that is my backstory on Canon cameras. I have used them for a while. My first camera was a Canon, so I am no stranger to Canon cameras. Matter of fact, your boy Sky Money was very interested in a Canon R5C, which is why I bought it with my own monies. Now, a couple things about the Canon R5C is that, one, you will notice how well built it is. It is extremely well built. Like, pimpin', as soon as you pick it up, you picking up money. Shoots 4K 120. 8K 60 offers 2 memory card slot, 1 SD, as well as 1 CF Express card slot. Now, to shoot in 8K 60, you will need an external power source, and to shoot in 8K 30 or 24, you will definitely need the right memory card. And now, like a lot of newer cameras popping off, you will get a fully functional touchscreen, means you could do whatever you want with just your fingers. The Canon R5C also offers 2 completely separate modes, a photo mode as well as a video mode. And by switching between the two, they become 2 different cameras. Mouse! And it also does have a 48 megapixel sensor, but does not have any AI processor. No, you ain't getting no AI with this beast. It also has a mic jack as well as a headphone jack so you can monitor audio, and just a bunch of more other ports. And now, like I said yesterday, you can vlog with this camera, you just might want to think twice before you do it. The Canon R5C also has a built-in fan so that you can continue to bring the smoke even in 8K. The image quality is premium as well as the dynamic range. Overall, the camera is amazing. It feels great in the hands, like ergonomically. And pimpin', you gotta come prepared. And now, pimpin', we do have to spill the tea and talk about the cons. First con being the weight. It is a extremely heavy camera. Compared to all the cameras I own currently, it is heavy. And I ain't a hater, my hood never let me be a hater, so I can't solely say it's the body itself. The Canon lenses are just ridiculously heavy as well. But again, it is a premium product, both the lens and the body. My next con would have to be the battery life. With this being a more professional cinema camera, the battery life is horrendous. And now, it would be completely different if I was just talking about during recording, but no, pimpin', I'm talking about just setting up the camera. If you are just in the menu setting up your settings, the battery is still draining. The battery drains just as fast setting up the camera, not recording, than while recording. And now, if you are in photo mode, you are not having any battery issues whatsoever. This is only in video mode. And now, while you're recording, you're looking at maybe 40-minute runtime recording in 4K 60. If you record it in 4K 30, you're looking at maybe 45 minutes. The battery capacity is extremely sensitive when it comes to frame rates as well as the quality that you're shooting in, the resolution. My next time would have to be that there are no quick way to get to like your custom modes. What I mean by this is usually there's a dial that lets you turn through picture profiles. On the Canon R5C, however, there are no dials to turn through picture profiles, as well as there's no direct way to set up a shortcut button so that you can click through picture profiles quickly. Which means to change picture profiles, you have to go through the menu, and it takes a little bit of time. Now, you can change picture profiles a little bit faster through the touchscreen options, but yeah, I just wish there was I wish there were custom buttons. The next kind I've noticed is that I noticed that the colors also seem to be a little bit more on the green side, which is a bit strange. Now, you can fix this in post, but I would prefer it look a little bit better straight out of camera. And also something else that I noticed, something that I actually found a little bit weird, is that when you're shooting in 4K 120, you lose auto ISO as well as auto aperture. Oh, and you are also losing the tap to track. Now you are not losing the tap to focus function, but you're losing everything else, which is a bit strange to me. I mean, just to me, that's a bit weird. And yeah, baby, I'm gonna be real. I've had this camera for like 7 months now, and I've used it a ton of times for vlogging, and it works great. I've been using this camera for a while. Canon just has weird quirks. Like, the cameras are amazing, but they're just a little off somehow. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm tripping. The next thing I noticed is not really about the camera, but about the lens. But I noticed that this is a 15 to 35 lens. It says it right there. But when I put it at 15, it is not as wide as my 16 to 35 Sony lens. So, false advertisement. Okay, Canon, with your false advertisement 15, right. Okay, let me hop up in here real quick. If you don't know, I am Time Cop Sky Money. I travel through time and space. Here to let you guys know that yes, I did not talk about the autofocus just because I want to give the camera a fair shot, because I did hear that the autofocus works better in a certain mode, which I have changed it since. But on the other hand, even though after changing this mode, I have noticed that the autofocus still doesn't work as well like in shadows, and I think that's what the problem was in the vlog. I was in a ton of shadows because pimping, it was hot. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a fair shot. Maybe use the Canon R5C again in the next video, so that way we can properly give the Canon R5C the benefit of the doubt, because I know it's a great camera. And yeah, we going for it, even though, hashtag side note, I did have it set up like the way I set up my Sony, and my Sonys, they work perfect. Just saying, pimpin'. Just saying. But overall, pimpin', the Canon R5C is a solid camera. I actually really enjoy using it. You just gotta set it up right, and it is definitely for people who on the more professional side. You know, I would say I honestly got this as a studio camera. My plan was to have this as a main studio camera, while my Sonys were my grab and go, my run and gun, my ride or dies. But yeah, pimpin', this is definitely more for professionals. Again, amazing cameras. You just gotta know what you're doing. And now I bought this whole set for a little over 10 grand, like with the batteries, the lens, the body, as well as the memory cards. A little bit over 10 grand total. But as of right now, especially if you're living in the States, it is a bit cheap. But yeah, it's definitely not beginner entry-level price. So keep that in mind. Professional camera, professional price. And pimpin', that concludes today's Drip Check Wednesday. And feel free to hit me up down below if you have any questions, concerns, or just anything at all about the Canon R5C or any other drip that you would like to see. Let me know down below. Knocking out this drip check like a boss. But anyway, pimpin', if you do want to check out the vlog review, just click on up here. It'll be up there somewhere. Go check it out. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, before you go, real quick, Time Cop Sky Money, back at it again. Just your friendly neighborhood time traveler through time and space. To just let you know that holy cow, it must be some kind of record, because your boy Sky Money edited this video in one day. Holla at a player, Guinness Book Award records. Same day shooting, editing, we on another level up in this piece. Like, comment, and subscribe.